Hey, good morning all. This is the start of a short week of work for those of us that are now essential workers. Hey, check this out, man. Just over the weekend, the leaves popped out on these birch trees. The funny thing about the birch trees, you would think that something that expands would expand out. But the weird thing about these birch trees is they extend kind of like in a path, a broken path. They're not that strong, as you can see, when it comes to the brutal ass freaking winters that are known to happen up here. Causes trees to bend, and people gotta bend too in that same freaking sense, literally and figuratively. You gotta bend to your circumstances. And when I say you gotta bend to your circumstance, you gotta adapt. I say that because if you've looked at any of the videos I've posted over the past year or so, anyway, you'll know that I wasn't always looking forward to upgrading my car with new tires. I was trying to figure out how to pay my rent. So I've been PO. You adapt. I never lost faith during the times that I was PO. And when you're PO, that means you're so poor you can't afford an oar. You just got what you got. But I had faith. Have faith. Will continue to have faith. Undying faith. And I adapt because that's what we are. We're human beings. We adapt. We overcome. And that's kind of one of the mottos of the Army is adapt and overcome. So I guess maybe that was another reason why I was drawn to serve. Because all my life I have had to adapt and overcome. Even when I didn't realize that my life had been impaired by unforeseen circumstances that were beyond my control. In a case like mine, I guess adapting has been a survival tool all along. Even mentally, I didn't retain a full memory of those events, thank God. I, to this day, have blackout memories of what occurred. Now I might wake up pissed off. When I was in my teens even, I remember, and my bedroom was right at the top of the stairs of my parents' house. I remember waking up literally doing a version of the Coyote, Roadrunner and Coyote. Only difference was it was me. And I sure as hell wasn't laughing. I would often, that would be the point where I'd wake up, usually like when I hit the wall that kind of stuck out from the ceiling. Usually I'd hit that wall and then just drop and tumble down the stairs. I shouldn't laugh about that. But at the time, I didn't realize what was going on. Now I can look back and I can see that all that shit that held me back, that controlled me, all that shit. I understand it better now. And I find now that when I'm at a point where I'm about to shoot myself in the foot, because subconsciously I've always believed I didn't deserve anything good. I've gotten to the point now where most of the time I manage to stop myself from doing that. Not all of the time. I still slip occasionally. But I'm not doing that anymore. I'm adapting. I've taken responsibility for my life. If you've got that in your past, I'm telling you right now, God forgives you. Forgiving yourself is probably the hardest thing I've ever done, and in some cases I still lack in that area. But that's because I'm a human being. And yet, I know full well in the end, the only thing I'm going to want is one last taste and one last embrace. That was one of the greatest lessons that my father ever taught me, and he taught me that lesson quite humorously, actually, and sad and honorably on the day that he died. And I like to believe that I honored him by telling his story from my perspective, obviously. Let's just say, as sad as that day was, it was one of the moments in my life that I feel most blessed. Because not only did God allow me to share a final beer with my dad always had a way of turning bad situations good. And in those moments, he managed to make my sister and I laugh. And we weren't laughing at him dying. We were laughing at the fact that, and I'm saying this as humbly as I possibly can, that I'm a fucking idiot at times. And that's okay. Adapt, survive. That's something that the world's going to have to deal with very soon. Things that you and I have taken for granted, just accepted over the past 2.5 years, going on 3 now. Very soon. And I believe when I say very soon, I believe by the end of this week, all the signs are there, the intel's pointing to it too, and I hate to second guess this, but because every time 90% of the time when I second guess shit, I'm wrong. So take what I say with a grain of salt. But I believe by the 29th, by this Friday, that there will be a D class that will bring down the previous administration. And I'm sticking by my guns. I still believe that one of the first, if not the first, head to roll will be Barry Soetoro, otherwise known as the made-up Barack Obama, and Michael, LaVaughn Robinson, otherwise aka Mrs. Obama, and their 2 fake kids. That, hold on tight, because I see that coming very soon. And I mean, when I say very soon, let's just put it this way. Trump was right, man. It's getting hot. Even up here, it's getting hot. And I think that means something. And that's where we got to direct our prayers. Because while the patriots are in control, let's use our energy in a positive way to lift up the warriors, especially knowing the heinous shit they must be facing. Dear Lord, you said whenever two or more of us were gathered together in your name, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, that you would hear our prayers. It's also believed that you listen to the prayers of three distinct people the most: the very young, the very old, and the crazy. And seeing as I am pretty much a combination of the last two, I hope you hear what I'm going to say next. Please, God, help us. Help those that fight the silent, invisible war. Help us lift them up in their time of need. Help us unite with those members of Q, our military, the law enforcement all around the world, and groups like Vets for Child Rescue, so that united under Donald J. Trump, we can defeat the evil that continues to prey upon the children of the world once and for all with your sword of light. We will illuminate the darkness. Amen. God bless y'all. Hey, this is a Tuesday, Monday for me, so we'll get through it quick. Friday will be around the corner. Have faith. Have faith in the plan. Shit's about to get real. I can feel it. Later. Nightmare.